so I'm going to start a new series on the Ezekiel 38 and 39 war, the Great Northern War against Israel in the latter days. Now, the amazing thing about this prophecy is it's very specific. It tells you which countries are going to attack Israel. Then it tells you that why they're going to attack Israel. It's going to tell you what's going to happen to these countries when they attack Israel. And it tells you what happens after the war with Israel, with these countries. And it gives time and stuff like that. It doesn't tell you when it's going to be, but it gives you tons of details. So much so that God actually says that in the latter days I will bring you against my land, that the nations may know me, when through you, O Russia, I vindicate my holiness before their eyes. So even God is saying that he's going to bring Russia out with a bunch of other countries to attack Israel. And it's going to be so specific what happens that when people read this in the Bible or in the Torah, this prophecy by Ezekiel, pretty much no one's going to be able to say, this isn't true. They're going to have to say, this 3,000-year-old prophecy was actually right down to the money, to who the players were, to what happened to them, and how it worked itself out. So let's go into what's pretty much happening. So I'm replacing the names in the Bible with the current names of the countries. So it says, Son of man, set your face against Russia. And I am against you, Russia, chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn you about and put hooks in your jaws, and I will bring you out, and all your armies, horses, horsemen, all of them clothed in full armor and great host, all of them with buckler and shield, wielding swords. And Iran, Turkey, Libya, Sudan, and the sand countries are with you, along with many others. And then it says that he will muster you in the latter days, and you will go against the land that is restored from war, and the land whose people are gathered from many peoples upon the mountains of Israel, which had been a continual waste. Its people were brought out from the other peoples and now dwell securely, all of them. You will advance like the coming of a storm. You will be like a cloud covering the land with your hordes and many peoples with you. And it says, thus says the Lord God, on that day thoughts will come into your mind. You will devise an evil scheme and say, I will go up against the land of unwalled villages. Okay, unwalled villages. We know that today, unlike ancient times, villages don't have giant protective walls around them anymore. They're just, subdivisions are built, cities are built. They're not built behind walls anymore. I will fall upon the quiet people who dwell securely. Okay, so Israel is not in an active conflict when this happens. They're dwelling securely. All of them dwelling without walls and having no bars or gates, to seize, spoil, and carry off plunder. They're going to seize plunder and carry it off. That's what they want. They want to get plunder. Okay? And we gather against them with all the nations, acquire livestock and goods. Okay, so basically what's going to go on is at some point Israel's going to get done fighting in the Gaza Strip. They're currently about to go to war with Hezbollah and Lebanon. By the way, Lebanon is left out of this prophecy. So my belief is that Israel is going to basically take out Hezbollah. And Hezbollah has 80,000 to 100,000 terrorist troops in Lebanon with missile launchers and weapons. Israel's going to fight them and at some point defeat them. Who knows if this is going to take a year or 2 years, but they're going to defang Hezbollah and drive them out of Lebanon, hopefully. So this is not going to happen tomorrow, although the country of Russia, Iran, Turkey, and these other countries that are mentioned are all militarily against Israel. They all are spouting stuff against Israel. Iran's actively helping people against Israel, and Russia's selling Iran equipment. Turkey wants to have a coalition of Arab nations to fight Israel. That's what Erdogan, their leader, is saying, is all Muslim nations should come together and destroy Israel. This is the guy in Turkey who's part of NATO, is saying this actively on a regular basis. Okay, so they're kind of, getting the chutzpah up to attack Israel, to use an Israeli term. Okay, so, and it says they're going to come in to get great plunder. So the Arab nations are going to be told by Russia that they're going to get to destroy Israel and plunder all of their, vineyards, their produce. They're going to retake the land. That's the reason the Arabs are coming in. They're retaking the land of milk and honey for their own profit, to live there and to have all the nice stuff Israel has. That's their plunder. Okay. Russia, though, Russia doesn't care about vineyards. Russia doesn't care about the diamond district of Israel. Russia, to put forth the military effort it's going to take, that's not going to motivate them. The thing that I've heard many people say, and that I'm going along with, is this. Israel is currently making a gas pipeline from the Leviathan field across the Mediterranean into southern Europe, okay? They have a huge amount of natural gas that they're currently having to take to Egypt, liquefy, put on ships, and then ship up to Europe. That's a very costly, expensive, and time-consuming effort. Once they get this pipeline built, they'll be able to just pump all their natural gas into southern Europe and sell all their natural gas to Europe. Okay, so we know Russia had the Nord Stream pipeline, the second pipeline. There's two Nord Streams. They've been blown up. But if Russia can get a peace deal and stop warring with Ukraine and get peace back on the table, they can fix their pipelines. Because remember, their pipelines are already built and full of seawater right now. All they have to do is close them back up, replace the damaged sections, and push the seawater out somehow, and then they're back in business. It might take a little while, but again, these giant pipelines that are sitting on the bottom of the ocean are still, except for a spot or two, fully intact. And yeah, they might have corrosion and stuff on them from the seawater on the inside, but in my brain, patching them and pushing the seawater out is just going to be something that Russia's going to have to do, because they can't just abandon them or start over. That would be ridiculous. It'd be much easier just to fix them and get the water out of them. Again, I'm not a structural engineer, so I'm just theorizing that's probably what they'll do. So then you've got Russia pumping gas into Germany. You've got Israel pumping gas up into Italy. And now you've got two direct competitors for the European gas market. Okay, that's a lot of money. That's billions of dollars a year, hundreds of billions of dollars a year that Russia's going to have cut in half, basically, by Israel. That's a good reason to send down supersonic missiles, tanks, and big fighters to fight Israel, and to convince all these other countries to send their people. And then Russia's like, okay, we're going to control the air with our MiGs and our supersonic missiles and our air defense systems. We're going to bring down tanks for you, and you're going to send in all the Arabian armies down into Israel, with us being a control structure to wipe Israel off the map. Okay, so that's my theory of why they're going to do the war, Russia, and we already know why the Arabian countries want to do the war. The Muslim countries want to do the war because they've always wanted to push Israel out. So basically, that's the setup. And the only way they're going to be able to attack Israel is they have to get, just like at a risk, you have to get a country bordered on Israel that you can build up your, on the border, build up your giant mass of forces. Right now, Russia and Iran control Syria, okay? They're probably going to maintain Syria under their control. Syria is not mentioned in this, but I think that's because Syria doesn't even have a military. Basically, Syria is just what Russia already controls and Iran controls. And they control that section of country to where they can go in straight from Damascus, build up the airport, the military, and all that, and move south right into Israel with the giant group of warriors, like a storm, like locusts covering the earth will be. Okay, so that's enough for this video. I know if I go too long, you get really bored. Please like and subscribe. And again, in the next video, we're going to cover how they're going to do the build-up and then what the war is going to look like. So hold tight for that. And as always, God bless you and keep you. Let you be salt and light in others' lives. We don't know when the time is going to be, but we know what the season looks like, and this definitely looks like a build-up to the season, and we're in the season. The end of the age is on the horizon at some point, and God bless all of you.